So Pierce, congratulations on your call-ups for Northern Ireland under-21s. How did you find out about your first call-up?
So my first call, I got an email sent to me to say I'd been placed on the standby list. So obviously I wasn't expecting anything to come from it being on the standby list, of course. And then I think about 2 weeks before I was meant to fly out, I got an email to say that I've been called up, and that was it really, just went from there.
And what was your reaction when you got that call-up, that you knew you were definitely going?
Yeah, I was buzzing, of course, because majority of my mum's family, they're all from Northern Ireland itself. So for me to play for Northern Ireland as well, it's just like a massive achievement for not only me but my family as well.
How did your family sort of react to it? I'm guessing they were dead proud of you.
Yeah, no, I mean my family were buzzing because obviously they're from Northern Ireland themselves. So for me to be playing for them, to represent the country and stuff like that, it's just basically a dream come true for them as well, as long as me. So yeah, they was buzzing with me really.
Ben Hall's been there as well. Did you speak to him around it, get some advice about going there?
Yeah, no, I just asked him how the lads were, like how the coach, like would I get along with everyone, and he said they're all sound. So which I did, they was all fine with me. So yeah, it was all good.
Did you know any of the lads previously, or did you just meet them all one? Like
no, literally, I didn't know anyone who was there. So I was a fresh face. So I just had to like get in amongst the lads and stuff like that, and just like make friends by that.
So how is it sort of different to a club? Obviously, everyone's there, all from their own different clubs. There must be quite a lot of different characters there. What were the sort of key differences, would you say?
Yeah, it's completely different to a club. Just because when you're away, you're away for 2 weeks, and like you're in a hotel with everyone. Obviously, everyone's from different clubs, so everyone's got different ways of preparing for a game and stuff like that. But other than that, it is dead good, but it's just completely different to club football, because obviously the standards, I'd probably say a little bit higher due to people playing in, some of them are in the Premier League, and then obviously your opponents, some of them are playing first team football elsewhere, like in La Liga and stuff like that, so it's dead good for your experience.
So while you were there, you would have spent time with Ian Barraclough, a former Notts County player, of course.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was telling me about, obviously, when he was at Notts County and stuff like that, and then he was just basically asking, like, how is it down there now, and just asking loads of historical questions about the club.
So then you made your debut starting on your first game there, didn't you?
Yeah.
How was that experience for you?
Yeah, no, it was dead good. I mean, I wasn't even expecting to be involved in none of the games when I first went out. But for me to start my first international game, I was over the moon with it. And obviously I didn't really expect it to come as soon as yet. But no, it was dead good.
So then just a few days later, you came up against Spain, in Spain.
Yeah.
One of the best young teams in the world.
Yeah.
And then talk me through that.
So I think I come on in about the 75th minute, so I got a good 15 minutes. But their intensity and the ability was world class. I mean, some of them are playing week in, week out at teams like Borussia Dortmund, Napoli, some are even at Real Madrid, Barcelona. So to come up against players like that, it's just overwhelming really. And to obviously get the win as well away in Spain, then there's nothing really better, is there?
I know people have said it's probably one of Northern Ireland's most famous wins. How did you as players sort of react to that?
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, obviously, I don't think I was expecting to come away with all 3 points at the time. But for us to do that, it just shows how close the camp was and how good the lads are together. I mean, after everyone was buzzing in the change rooms because we knew we've beaten one of the best under-21 teams in the world at the minute. So to come away with 3 points and hopefully a chance of getting to the Euros, then everyone was just chuffed about it.
So then following on from those two appearances, did you feel confident you would get another call up for the next round of fixtures?
Yeah, I thought what I did in the 2 weeks I was there, I thought I hopefully did enough to get myself another call up in, I think it was the month after, and lucky enough I did.
So how did you find those games? You started again in your next game, didn't you, which was a qualifier this time?
Yeah, against Iceland it was, yeah. I felt a bit more comfortable going for my second one because obviously I've known the lads now for 2 weeks. I still kept in contact with some whilst I was back at my parent club. So to go back in really, it didn't feel like I was a newcomer. I felt like I was one of the lads and stuff like that. So I just felt dead comfortable around the lads and camp and stuff like that.
And then the lads won again while you were there, both games you were there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately didn't qualify.
Yeah, no. So obviously we beat Iceland 1-0 away, and then we beat Slovakia as well at home at Windsor Park. Obviously we needed to win both of them games with a chance of qualifying, but we needed other teams to drop points, which didn't really come. But for us to, I think we got 20 20 points we got. I think that's the most a Northern Ireland under-21 team have ever got. So we've made history in that way, and we gave our all really towards the end, so we couldn't do nothing more.
And it must be nice for you on a personal level as well to know that when you've been there, they've won all 4 games while you've been there.
Yeah, no, it was dead good. Obviously, I was only played a part in 3, but for me to obviously keep 3 clean sheets whilst I was there as well, I couldn't have really asked any more of me to do.